Hello, and welcome to Modeller's Monday Roundup, episode 12.
Good morning, guys. Well, morning here in sunny Vancouver, although it's not that sunny right now. I've given you a break for a few weeks, so it's time to mind you again and send you back to sleep. What have I been doing? I've been doing back on my Merkava tank, my Tacom model, and working on the railway too. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing, what I'm up to now. So not a big one, so you won't get too bored yet. Okay. Right, so a lot of yesterday was spent on this baby here. It's really Merkava, a model kit by Tacom in 35th scale, and excellent kit. They call it the Mark 1 hybrid, but in Israeli parlance, it's never been known as an hybrid. It's a Mark 1, or it becomes a Mark 2. But the hybrid was the Mark 1 with updates after lessons learned in the 82 war. The Merkava's first real battles were in the 82 war, so a lot of lessons learned there naturally incorporated into this, which is almost a Mark II really. But anyway, so I'll show you a little bit more about that soon. The bench is messed up now with my airbrushing pieces because a lot of spraying yesterday, and especially with some of the acrylics, they do dry quick, even though I use a thinner and a retarder. So it's a good idea just to clean these bits out every so often. So I left them soaking overnight in isopropyl, the 99% stuff. So they're going to get a good clean out. And then onto the railway, which I spent most of last week actually ballasting. I've used a very fine ballast because I wanted to use sand, but as things are right now, it's virtually impossible to get hold of anything, or Skype even bits off people. But anyway, the depot building is finally on a layout and in a place where I like it, where it should be. And I added a scratch built canopy over the fuel point in there. This is the Backman shed, so it comes with all the fuel lines. I'll show you. You can see all the fuel lines and things already built into this side of the building. So let's move Class 55 back. Most fuel points have some kind of cover over it, so Class 14 there. Very Scottish look to it today. The ballast is now set pretty hard. It has, as you can see where it sits over the sleepers, and in places it's stuck to the rail as well. So the next job here is to run a scraper over the top of the sleepers and get rid of that ballast on there. And the same in any of the rail joints. I like to seal the sleepers and the rail, so we'll get all that cleaned off. The turnouts themselves, I did a good job of it this time, so I managed not to glue anything, block anything, so everything's kind of worked without any issues. A few pieces like there, which I'd rather just drop some black paint in than try and put ballast in, because if you put ballast in then you risk gluing them up again. And put the little signal box out as well. This one in fact has some interior detail. It will receive lighting in time. The idea is that there's a main line runs to the front of it. And we weathered up and put together and weathered up this factory building, but I'm not totally sure if I'm actually going to use this or not. I have a big back seam coming that will take down the whole of it, which will be basically terraced house backs and sky. So I may put a slightly raised section there with terraced houses on. A little undecided on that yet. But, also managed to finish detailing up 37408, a Bachmann 37, and we gave her some weathering just to make her look used, but I didn't go over the top. A lot of the Scottish 37s, the 4s especially, were kept fairly clean on the side, even if the front ends were a bit mucky. So, as I say, definite Scottish feel today. 117 was a Motherwell based 37 for quite a while. But it's good, it's good. I'm enjoying this one this time. I've got sections where I like them. Locomotives can be stabled better than they were before. And I can actually stable more locomotives with slightly less track, which is it's an interesting trick if you can do it. Obviously I knew how I'd done it, but anyway. Okay, so back soon. Right, so deco's on. Not a longer operation on one of these. There's not a lot of decals. Just the insignia, tank IDs, rear hatch markings there. I hate this look to the vehicles when I'm doing them. There's all this glossy, they look like toys. A few awkward ones to get to lie down. As you can see, stripes on the barrel, they have to sit across this strength of the piece down the barrel. To get it to do that, we use a product called Microsol. You should use Microset and Microsol, but again, being a tight wad, I've just bought Microsol. But up to now, it's always worked for me on its own. So that softens the decals and allows them to sit into the lumps and bumps. And I'll try and show you on this side, it's easier. See, on this side, the decal has to sit up and down over that separation there, plus the hinge, plus the bolts as well. So it's Sunday morning and I'm not compass mentis much yet, so we keep putting repeated applications of this Microsol on, and eventually they will lie down over it. Already you can see the shape of the hinges and the bolt heads coming through. Once it's settled down and dried, it just requires some touching up and a little bit of work here, but nothing much. That was the harder one there. She still needs some more yet. And then you can see around here where we'll just touch the wire up a little bit, and then a lot of that will be lost in the weathering. Anyway, so we'll leave it like that for a while. A few more applications of the Microsol till I'm happy with it. Then I'll do some washes, do a bit of a pin wash while it's got the gloss on. Nothing too much, but it's details like the motor carrier there and little bits like that need a little bit running in them, but I'm not going to go overboard because it's going to get a general weathering with the airbrush again, yeah, as well as a matting down. So, but on the back we have the stretcher carrier. So these things are actually aluminium handles, but it always pays to put a gloss black underneath first and then aluminium or chrome, whatever colour you're using on top, metallic wise that is, and that'll give you a better finish to it. So a bit of detail painting there yet, a bit fiddly. The rear lights, they need the red putting in there yet. A fiddly job again, but nothing serious. I did not mask off any of the periscopes. All I do when I finish is I give it all a clean off with a cocktail stick. Nice gentle cocktail stick removes all that. And this tank at the time did not have any laser reflector in the lenses as far as I know. and so they'll just be clear. I'll probably put a smoke finish on them, but we'll see how it looks when I clean them off. But there's not a lot to clean off on this one anyway. Nasty horrible shiny black things there. Yeah. And I have, of course, forgot to paint the spade in yet. So, spade or shovel in North America, but spade to us. And, of course, the ammunition in the belt for the 50 cal there. That will have to be painted. Normally brass, but I think some of the more modern ones are more of a silver colour, aluminium colour. But anyway, I shall have a look at that before I do it. But anyway, there she looks now. Minus, of course, are 2 aerials to be fitted right at the end, otherwise they go pingy poo. Always go pingy poo aerials. So, there we go.
Okay, so we're about to start on our next project, and the next project is this Revell Big Boy Locomotive. The Union Pacific Big Boy Locomotive is a simple but yet effective articulated 4884 steam locomotive. 25 of these were built between 1941 and 1944 by the American Steam Locomotive Company. The kit is manufactured by Revell and is reference number 02165, first produced in 2003. We obtained this model from House and Brown Models. So as we open the box to our Big Boy Locomotive kit, we have 2 styrene runners. First one, this is the second one. Also, we have a one-piece body for the locomotive, one-piece body for the tender. We then have a small decal sheet, and the decals actually give us an option for 2 of the locomotives, either 4006 or 4023. The instructions for the kit come in this is a 12-page booklet with step-by-step instructions, as well as the paints that are required. And as we go towards the back, obviously it then gives us all the painting decals as well. Painting instructions there as well. Also, for a purpose of reference, we've also printed off some photos just to help us with the build itself, with the locomotive itself. There's the one, another one, and this one here. We've also got a photo of some of the cab detail. Again, this will help us just to pick out some of the individual details. So the option we've chosen is for 4023. It's one of 8 of these Big Boy locomotives which have been preserved. 4023 was withdrawn from service in 1959 and stored in the Union Pacific Roundhouse at Cheyenne in Wyoming. 1974, it then went on to static display in front of Union Pacific workshops at Omaha in Nebraska. In 1988, it then went and became a static display as part of the Durham Western History Museum collection in downtown Omaha. Since 2005, the locomotive has now been on static display at Kennefic Park. So, that's a little bit of history about the locomotives. So, the first stage is, what we're going to do is make sure that all the parts get a good wash, and it will then be primed using Halford's Auto White Primer. And that will all come up in the following episodes along with all the builds. So be sure to join us in future episodes to see how the build takes us.
Hello everyone, and welcome to part 3 of the SDKFZ222 build. In this episode we're going to be applying the decals, we're going to be painting the wheel cover and the jacking tool. So, let's crack on. To apply the decals I use Microsol, and to soften the decals and get rid of the painted on look I use Microsol. You're going to want to start by putting a layer of Microsol on first, whilst the decals are sitting in a bowl of water. After about 20 to 30 seconds they should just slide straight off and onto the model. Here I adjust the position using a toothpick. And then a final layer of Microsol. Once the decals are dried, I normally give them a coat of Microsol. I do the same process for every single decal that goes onto the model. Now that's the boring part out of the way. Let's start some painting. So, couldn't find any reference photos for the wheel cover, so I made a mixture of red leather and I mixed that in with some mud, brown from AK, which was on a 1:1 ratio. I also added 1 drop of dry retarder and 1 drop of water. I applied this in 2 coats. I let the first coat dry and then I applied the second coat. nice even coverage. I used cold white by Vallejo to paint the tips of the sticky out things. I used Tamir's XF56 to paint the jacking tool. Black Knight panel line wash was used to make all the details pop out. AK's odorless enamel thinner was used for the cleanup process. Here you can see where I added the panel line wash that shows how the detail just pops out. I dry brushed the wheel cover using some of the Vallejo's buff. Just gives it like the worn effect. So that's it for this episode. So thank you for watching, and I should catch you on the next episode.